Alright, what's good, y'all, man? We are back again with another video, man. This game is pretty much over. The Bucks and Celtics game is pretty much over, so I just wanted to come in here and talk about the game, specifically Game 7. The series lived up to the hype. It definitely did. Sucks for the Bucks that they lost, just coming off the championship. But they got a lot of excuses, bro. I'm not going to lie. They have, not a lot, but they have two major excuses. Chris Middleton being out. Chris Middleton would have thrived in this series because for a couple of these games, it was close games, and Chris Middleton is one of the best playoff performers we have in the league, especially in the clutch. So he would have helped out, especially. And then Coach Budenholzer, man, he sucks. He's a terrible coach. A terrible coach. I hope they fire him, hire Darvin Ham. I'm not too familiar on how good Darvin Ham is as an assistant coach or as a coach at all, but he's way better than Coach Bud. I don't even know. I don't know him. Because Coach Bud, the scheme has been exposed for years. You go back to the Heat series. You build a wall around Giannis. They have no offense around him. That's okay. But you go to the other side of the ball. Go back to that series and watch how many threes they let up that series. That team let up 1,000. I'm over exaggerating, but they let up 1,000 threes that series, and that's why they lost that series. And then you look at this series right now, specifically this game. Grant Williams has shot 20 shots. 16 of them have been wide open threes. Wide open threes. Guess how much he's hit? 7 of them. Peyton Pritchard hit 3 threes. Jason Tatum 5 for 5 from 3. Marcus Smart 2 for 4 from 3. The threes is just, they're so wide open because the defensive scheme is so terrible. They don't switch at all. They don't switch at all. They try to fight around every screen they get, and it leaves people open. It leaves people open, and then they play so heavy in the paint. And what I mean by that is, if somebody gets past somebody, instead of like seeing if they can recover, they kind of do what the Jazz do. Even though they have way better perimeter defenders, sometimes they get drove right past, and then they always leave an open corner 3. It's been like this for years now. That's always been the narrative of Coach Bud and his defensive scheme, is they leave a lot of open 3s. And today, the Celtics just cashed out on it, and they ended up winning this game. The game is still going on. I'm not really watching it right now because it's 5 minutes left, and they're down by 22. So the game's pretty much over. But it's really nothing else they could have did to win this game. They were hitting all threes all day. They were hitting all their threes. Coach Bud making stupid mistakes like playing George Hill at all this series was dumb. I really felt like Serge Ibaka could have made a good impact this series. Didn't play him at all. Dumb. Grayson Allen has had a terrible series. You go from one series averaging 22 to averaging 3 points. He's had a terrible series. Jrue Holiday had to step up into the second option, and I love Jrue, but he really couldn't do it because he had to do so much on the defensive side as far as guarding Tatum or Jaylen Brown, so he really couldn't do it. Today he hooped, though. But like I said, the scheme got in the way. The threes, they were hitting their threes today, and then that's why the game's over. That's exactly why the game was over. But going to the Celtics, man, Jason Tatum, I gotta give him his flowers. I have to. I'm one that said when I compare people to Jason Tatum, a lot of people I compare him to, they make way better than him. And that's what I always use. I was like, man, some of these players just make way better than him. And they way better shot selection guys. And I still feel like that. But Jason Tatum, his playmaking this whole series has been excellent. Like, really, really good. Been excellent. And he hooped today. Definitely hooped today. Controlled the pace. If you look at the scoring, he wasn't too dominant scoring-wise. Like, he had 17 going into the half. But he wasn't too dominant scoring-wise. But all-around game, getting his others involved today, he hooped. And you're going to look at his assists. 7 assists is not that much, but like a lot of hockey assists from him. Marcus Smart, same thing. I've been telling people for years, Marcus Smart can play the point guard position. It was no reason to sign Kemba. It was no reason. Marcus Smart can play that point guard position. He played it well, really good today. Really, really good today. He bounced back after that Game 5. Because after that Game 5, it looked like he kind of sold the series. But he's definitely bounced back. He had really good playmaking moments today. Grant Williams, like I said, 7 threes is crazy. 7 threes is wild. Peyton Pritchard, I wanted to tweet before the game, Peyton Pritchard's going to have a good game. But I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to jinx the Bucks. Because obviously I want the Bucks to win. I love Jrue Holiday. I freaking love Jrue Holiday. But it didn't end up like that. And I knew Peyton Pritchard was going to have a good game. He just had a step back 3. It was kind of crazy. And this TD Garden, their crowd is turned up, bro. They are turned up. And like I'm saying, I'm watching the game right now while it's still on. The Bucks still cannot hit a fucking three. I feel bad for Giannis because I've been saying for years, like, once Giannis gets to the playoffs, not for years, but I said it after last season. I was like, I look at Giannis like everybody looked at Jordan back in the day. When he gets to the playoffs, I don't see nobody stopping him. And I felt like that still this year, but Chris Middleton getting out, you're actually playing a really good team that has really good weapons to stop you. It was going to be hard for him to win this series. I'm surprised the series even went to 7, but this Bucks team is still one of the best teams we have in this league going forward. They got the best player in the world. He's going to get a lot of hate from this game because he missed a few layups. He missed like 4 layups, but that they were not winning this game. You get 7 threes from Grant Williams, 5 of 5 from Jason Tatum, a few from Peyton Pritchard, a few from Jaylen Brown, a few from Marcus Smart. They were not winning this game and all that. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. A lot of people are going to be unreasonable and not really pay attention to the fact they were not winning this game at all. But for the next series, Boston versus the Heat. I don't know. Boston played well this series, but I'm looking at the Heat, man. The way Jimmy's playing, like, it looks like Bubble Jimmy. Bam. These are basically the same two teams facing each other. They can kill you from the 3. They got mid-range assassins and Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler. They have really good defensive bigs and Dwayne Dedmon, PJ Tucker, what's his name? Bam Adebayo. Like, they are the same team that you look on the other side. Rob Will, hopefully he gets healthy for the next series. What's his name? Grant Williams has played really good defense. Even Jason Tatum is a really good defender himself. They're basically the same team. But that being said, Eric Spoelstra is a mastermind. PJ Tucker on Jason Tatum for a whole series. Let's be honest here. Jason Tatum had a decent series. These last 2 games kind of bumped it up a little bit. So out of a 10, I'll give him a 7 out of 10 series. But before that, Wesley Matthews was, I'm talking about 6 for 19, 4 for 21 game. Like, he was in his head. Not in his head, but he was playing really good defense. What do you think a taller guy like PJ Tucker is going to do to a guy like Jason Tatum? Or Jimmy Butler, who's known for being one of the best defenders in the world, is going to do to a guy like Jason Tatum? This is going to be a hard series for them. Jaylen Brown, I looked at the stats. He's averaging 20 this series. It doesn't seem like it. It really doesn't. It doesn't seem like it. And then he's been fumbling the ball a lot, not hitting his free throws. He had that one good game. I don't know, man. I might have the Heat in 5. And a lot of Celtics fans on Twitter hate me. They think I hate on the Heat. It's far from that, bro. I love Jason Tatum. I just think he got a lot of work to do for people saying he's better than fucking Kawhi Leonard and what's his name? Giannis. I think he has a lot of work to do. But other than that, man, I got Heat in 5. I'm not going to lie. Maybe Heat in 6. I think the TD Garden, they can literally carry this team because they did it today. The TD Garden is crazy. But the Heat, man, and I'm not going to lie, I was talking to myself while I was watching this game. Don't judge me. Everybody talks to themselves. I kind of want to see Jimmy win the championship. I'm not going to lie. So, that's it for this game, man. Shout out to the Celtics. Shout out to Giannis. Shout out to Drew. With the Bucks, they got to do some patching up. Like, yeah, Chris Middleton was a big loss, but as far as the bench pieces, I think the only safe bench pieces are Bobby, and the only safe people at all, Bobby, Drew, Giannis, of course, Chris Middleton. If you can go get a Dame, which I might drop a video on why I said if you can go get a Dame. If you can go get a Dame, go get a Dame. But yeah, Giannis, Drew, Chris Middleton, Bobby, Pat Connaughton, everybody else, and Brook Lopez. Everybody else. Find out what you can do. I like Javon Carter for them too, but they don't want to play him. Coach Bud, like I said, stupid, idiot. But they need real shooters. Pat Connaughton is a real shooter, but like I said, this Boston Celtics defense is crazy. But they need real shooters to put around Giannis, like a Terrence Ross. Go out there and get a guy like him. In the draft, they're shooters. Like, they need real shooters with the team. But other than that, man, that's it for this video, man. Shout out to Celtics. Celtics versus Heat. Fire series. Let's go.